afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. It's
Friday.
And it's the beginning of our 9th season.
That's
here
right.
On Live at 4.
Yesterday was our anniversary.
We actually missed it yesterday.
I know.
Second
Better
day.
late than never.
Well, yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It really does. It seems like yesterday. But first up in our news today, as reported earlier, the leader of Madison College is stepping down. We sat down with him to talk about what he views as his legacy.
Tens of thousands of people in southern Maine are being told to shelter in place. I'm Laura Hafley with the latest on the manhunt for a U.S. Army reservist accused in the murder of 18 people.
And the Badger cross-country teams competed for the Big Ten championship here in town. We'll tell you how they did. Big Badger weekend
That's a big deal.
Yeah, this really is. Yep. Plus the football, too.
I'll tell you.
And the horses are excited.
Let's take a look outside. The cold has arrived.
That's a postcard.
The colors this year have been spectacular.
And against the sky like that, oh, I'd like a painting of that to hang in my living room.
All right.
Beautiful.
Get on it, Dennis. Jacob's out in the backyard, cooling off.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the cold is here, and it is certainly here to stay. Let's take a look at the current temperatures. Right now, around 54, much of Dane County. Now, these temperatures are going to be warm compared to the temperatures we're going to see over the weekend and the beginning of next week. Looking off to the west near Iowa and Minnesota, temperatures are in the lower 40s and 30s, and those are the temperatures that we're going to see more often than the 50s over the next couple of days. Looking at the temperature change alone over the last 24 hours, take a look at the western portion of our area, up to 30 degrees colder than this time yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if at some points over the next 24 hours we see temperatures up to 30 to 40 degrees colder than that given time the previous day. So here's a look at the temperatures going forward. We're going to drop into the 40s for the evening, and then we likely will drop into the 30s even before midnight, with overnight lows towards the morning likely below freezing. And because of that, we have a freeze warning for much of our area, especially Madison and areas to the west, as temperatures could possibly even drop into the upper 20s. And it's only going to get colder from here going forward. I'll have more details coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, we'll check back. The turkey still out there? He's gone.
Kind of wandered off. Actually, no, they're right out here.
Turkeys
they're right behind me.
Yeah, they're eating corn. All right, we have to move on. The person at the helm of Madison College for a decade announced this month that he will retire next summer.
College President Jack Daniels leaves behind a legacy of growth and change for the school. He sat down with our Will Keneally, who has a preview now of this week's For the Record. Hi, Will.
Hi, that's right. So Daniel's time at Madison College has been dominated by change, even in terms of physical footprints. Daniels says that his focus has been on community and fulfilling needs. So when the college saw the need to expand to Madison's South Side, Daniels led that effort to open a campus to serve that community. He says that it's been a through line during his tenure.
What has changed, and it really hasn't changed, because most two-year institutions, even our colleagues there in the state, we look at what the community need. How can we better serve that need? That community being a residential community as well as the business community. So we serve our businesses with our graduates.
So people who have known him have noted his dedication to service and building up the college as an economic driver for the city. And you can see our full interview this Sunday at 10:30 on For the Record.
So, well, after 10 years at the helm, has he collected, I'm sure he's collected a bunch of stories. Did he share any?
Yes. So he says that some of the most powerful stories for him has been putting the students first and really kind of building that community around the students and creating a campus that does provide that great service for the students.
What does he plan to do, and what is the future of the college after he leaves?
So I think his immediate plans are just to enjoy retirement.
He's earned it, yeah.
From a lot of people retiring this year. I asked him just generally, what advice would he give to his successor?
Good question.
And he says, yeah, learn from the community, trust your staff, and try and foster that community and keep that going forward, kind of building on that legacy over the last 10 years.
And it is a great legacy.
It is. It is.
Best name in academia. We'll never have another one like
Jack Daniels. All right. Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Will.
The Badgers earned their 6th straight men's title at the Big Ten cross-country championships here in Madison this afternoon. The Badger women's team came in 2nd place to Michigan State. The Badgers men's team dominated with 6 of the top 10 finishers. Bob Liking earned the men's individual title for the Badgers, his 3rd individual Big Ten championship. We asked him what it was like to win it on home soil.
It
was awesome. Just there were a lot of Wisconsin flags everywhere. A lot of people just saying, go Badgers and cheering me on. And I had a lot of friends and family that came up too from Illinois. So it was really special. This is definitely one I'm going to remember.
Bob Liking's teammate Jackson Sharp came in second by 9.5 seconds. And to top off a successful day for the Badgers, the director of the cross country, Mike Byrne, set a record for most Big Ten wins. Congratulations all around.
Congratulations, Badgers. A fire at a Janesville apartment building caused about $15,000 in damage this morning. Crews were called to the Garden Court Apartments in the 200 block of North Main Street just after 9 o'clock after a fire was reported on the 4th floor. Janesville police helped evacuate the building and the fire was contained in less than 15 minutes. One tenant was displaced. No injuries were reported to civilians or firefighters.
It is day 2 of the multi-state search for a U.S. Army reservist who police say shot and killed 18 people in Lewiston, Maine.
Residents in the region are sheltering in place while law enforcement officials turn their focus to a local boat dock. Laura Hafley is there with the latest.
Heavily armed police are scouring the woods in southern Maine, and divers are searching the Androscoggin River. Part of their focus, a boat dock, where they found this car belonging to Robert Card, the suspect in Wednesday night's mass shooting in nearby Lewiston.
The river is a big piece of this. The car was located there. Evidence is located in the vehicle or right there along the shores of the Androscoggin River.
A law enforcement source tells CBS News the evidence includes a firearm that Card legally purchased. Law enforcement sources say he had access to numerous other guns, and they're tracing each shell casing found at the scenes. Police say Card opened fire inside a bowling alley and restaurant using a semi-automatic assault rifle with an extended magazine and a scope. Police say Card is armed and dangerous and have since expanded the order for families to lock themselves in their homes. That order now includes tens of thousands of people in this county and the county north of here. Last night, SWAT teams, K-9 units, and helicopters searched Card's hometown of Bowdoin, focusing on one home in particular. Law enforcement sources tell the Associated Press they found a suicide note and Card's cell phone. Some of the 18 victims have been identified. 13 were wounded, 3 critically.
Often these rounds will hit bone, shatter bone, and the bone itself becomes a missile or a projectile.
According to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been 567 mass shootings in the U.S. this year. Laura Hafley, CBS News, Lisbon, Maine.
The U.S. military carried out airstrikes in Syria last night, targeting facilities where Iranian-backed militia groups store weapons. The airstrikes are in response to recent attacks against U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria. Pentagon officials say the strikes near the town of Abu Kamal targeted weapons and ammunition storage areas.
2 goals here. 1, to physically disrupt the IRGC's ability to support these groups in the field. 2, to deter any future attacks against our troops.
President Biden ordered the strikes in retaliation for the Iranian-backed attacks on U.S. forces, as we said, in Syria and Iraq. 3 more attacks yesterday, bringing the total to 19 since October 17th. Of the 21 troops who were injured, 19 have been diagnosed with traumatic brain injuries.
Well, there's an opportunity coming up for you to take in some local award-winning music. Madison Area Music Award Artist of the Year, Cat and the Hurricane, are returning from an East Coast tour and will play the High Noon Saloon next Thursday. The band, made up of 3 members, all of who identify as non-binary, believes that they can be role models for others in the LGBTQ+ community, something that they didn't have in their youth.
Just to be able to see a reflection of yourself in someone somewhat in a position of power, but a position of holding a platform that can be a rock star. Like, that's what we try to remind our crowd, is that you can also do this too. You can be queer and trans and successful and happy and live in your life.
You can learn more about the band tomorrow morning on our Morning Notes segment, which highlights the local music scene. Powerful message.
Yeah.
An orphaned baby sea otter has found a new home.
When we come back, the little girl now calls the Minnesota Zoo home. We'll update her story when Live at 4 continues.
We often get asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices after an accident?
the answer is very simple, yes. We don't get paid until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to hire Gruber Law Offices. The call, the consultation, all free. You pay nothing until we win your case. It's just that simple. Call us today, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
After 118 years, McGann Furniture is closing its doors. The owners are retiring. Shop now at McGann's Price Crash Going Out of Business sale and take an additional 25% off the already lowest marked sale price. Everything must go. Prices crashed on quality name brand furniture, bedding, dining room sets, and accessories. Free financing. All credit welcome. Special sale hours. Hurry in today to the Price Crash Going Out of Business sale at McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Fight the flu with higher dose flu vaccines from Sanofi. They're proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu-Block quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
Demand more from your flu shot. To get a Sanofi vaccine, make sure to ask for it by name. Schedule your Sanofi flu shot, available at these preferred national pharmacies.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
It is a big weekend in Madison. Halloween, of course, is on Tuesday, and tomorrow night, the undefeated Buckeyes roll into town, expecting to continue their winning streak.
The game is notable enough that Badger legend Ron Dane is in town to watch. Dane knows something about crushing the Buckeyes. In 1999, he ran for 162 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. Wisconsin beat number 12 Ohio State 42-17 that day. He's hoping the Badgers can get a result something like that tomorrow.
If we play like we played last week, I think we have definitely an opportunity and a chance to at least stay in the game, because compared to seeing what things that Ohio State been doing lately, it's been a little tough for us because we lost a couple games. So, you know, they only had 1 or 2 scares. We lost.
Kickoff is under the lights tomorrow for the first night game of the season, 6:30 p.m. Go Badgers.
Oh, good to see him back in town.
Absolutely.
Fire up Badger Nation. Speaking of Badger football, this week on the Wisconsin Huddle, sports director Zach Hanley is joined by quarterback Braden Locke. Last weekend, he got his first start at Illinois. So we asked him how it's going to feel when he starts at Camp Randall for the first time.
I thought about it a little bit. You know, it's just, you know, it's such a blessing, really. Like, I mean, I'm just thankful that, you know, God has put me here around these guys and in this moment. And, you know, it's kind of one of those that I definitely don't take it for granted. I am extremely grateful for it. I can't wait to see the atmosphere on Saturday night. You know, I hope the place is rocking. I know it will be. And I'll definitely take a moment to kind of take it all in. There's no doubt.
If you'd like to hear more from Braden Locke, tune in to the Wisconsin Huddle. It airs tonight, immediately following News 3 Now at 6. And if you'd like to watch the show taping, head to the Monona Buck and Honey's location Monday night.
It was a brutal day and week on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 366 points, or over 1%. The NASDAQ managed a 47-point gain, but the S&P 500 lost 19, and it now enters correction territory. A sea otter pup orphaned after an orca killed its mother in Alaska is now getting care at the Minnesota Zoo. A second pup rescued by the zoo's partner, Alaska Sea Life Center, is also there.
The zoo's team returned last week from a 20-hour transport after the pups were medically stable to travel. Jennifer Mayerly masked up to get a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to care for them and the plans for the future.
Meet the Minnesota Zoo's newest sea otters. This is 7-week-old Nuka. Splashing around over here is Denali. She's about 5 months old.
They seem pretty active. They're constantly active. They're little busybodies, so they're either sleeping or doing something, whether it's grooming, playing, hunting.
Before the sea otter pups can make their zoo debut, they need to be healthy and gain strength and skills, says Dr. Annie Rivas.
When we have any orphan baby animal, it is around-the-clock care, just like you would have with a human baby. But this is a way for us to give animals a chance that otherwise would not have survived.
Animal care staff are helping Nuka and Denali with things they would usually learn from their moms in the wild.
Nuka is practicing adult skills by swimming and using her hands with the ice and the toys to learn how to hunt.
Play is a good way for them to work towards those skills they're going to need the rest of their life.
And grooming is a main part of survival. Christoph Netze, curator of aquariums and marine mammals, says sea otters have the densest fur of any mammal on Earth.
They don't have the blubber that most marine mammals do, so they have a lot of hair, and they got to groom it all the time to stay warm and to keep waterproof. So the mothers would be constantly grooming them in their infancy. So without the moms, it's up to us. So I got to spend a lot of hours scrubbing them, using a blow dryer, a comb, making sure their coat is in perfect condition.
They have a rapid metabolism, so feedings happen throughout the day and night when they're young. Sea otters are known for being smart, motivated animals. They're already showing personality.
Nolly is definitely more chill. She is trained already quite a bit. She follows a target. She'll follow you around.
When the time is right, they'll bring Nuka and Denali together and eventually unite them with the zoo's older sea otters, Capers, Jasper, and Rocky.
But our hope is one day that they are going to be kind of part of a social family group.
In Apple Valley, Jennifer Mayerly, WCCO News.
The sea otter pups will receive care for the next few months.
They should be on view to zoogoers sometime this winter.
I love otters.
I do too.
It's special.
Priceless.
Well, 10 years ago, we brought you the story of a Platteville photographer and a 165-year-old bur oak tree.
Well, he called it That Tree. A lot has changed in a decade. We'll update that tree story coming up after Jacob's First Warn forecast.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is inviting you to spectacular savings this October. Get 4-piece laundry packages at just $36 a month. A Mana gas range for just $8 a month. Plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Dryness and frizz that keeps coming back could be damaged hair that can't retain moisture. You need Pantene's Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioner. It's filled with provitamins to help hair lock in moisture, visibly repairing 6 months of damage in just one use, with no weigh down. Guaranteed or your money back. For hair that looks healthy and stays healthy. If you know it's Pantene.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Xumo Stream Box free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Xumo Stream Box for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. At Champion,
We design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Over the years, the attorneys at Habish, & Rotier have handled numerous cases involving the design and relative safety of child car seats. Because of this litigation, manufacturers have been forced to make these seats safer. We helped change the industry, and our most precious cargo can now travel more safely. The skill expended to achieve this result is the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this fall. Only at Ashley's Spooktacular Savings Event. Everything must go. Save as much as 60% store-wide. Plus low monthly payment options. Only at Ashley.
Take a look at this. A pop-up storm that shot across San Antonio, Texas, led to a crazy caught-on-camera moment for a father and son. In the video, the pair sitting at a red light noticed debris flying through the air. Seconds later, a small tornado whipped across the highway and headed straight for them. The traffic twister fizzled quickly and no injuries reported, but some local property owners weren't as lucky as ripped roofs and downed trees were reported.
Oh, that's frightening.
You're stuck at a red light,
right,
and there's a tornado coming at you.
Jacob, that one was just for you. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Oh yeah, a lot of tornadoes are actually like that. Just you don't really hear about them because they happen, a lot of the times in the open field, obviously, where the most tornadoes occur. There's a lot of open field there. But yeah, those are very common. And I've actually seen videos on YouTube where there's like massive tornadoes caught on like the tower cam that you showed at the beginning of that clip. So yeah.
Oh, never saw one in person.
Neither have I.
I
don't want to.
I have not yet either.
I saw a rotating cloud and it turned into a tornado, the one that hit over on Tokay years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's
the one right by our house. I was watching it. But that should be twisted.
I better get downstairs.
So anyway, no tornadoes in the forecast.
No, definitely
not. But here comes the big chill, right?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of already here, and it's only going to get colder into the weekend and next week. I'll have the details right after the break.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. There's still time to finish your fencing project. Dog-eared pickets are $189 each. A 2-pack of LED flame bulbs is $6.99. Clean up! A 2-pack of drain snakes is only 99 cents. And paper towel rolls are just 67 cents each. Shower in savings. The shower head is only $9.99. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry before time runs out.
Save big money at Menards.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Choose FlexBuy on a new 2024 Ford Edge to get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash and $1,000 low APR cash.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its
famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese. But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, here are the 3 things you need to know. Temperatures are going to continue to fall throughout the evening and overnight. High temperatures this weekend will be in the low to mid 40s, and it's going to be even colder for the start of next work week. And we could actually see our first snowflakes of the season. I can guarantee you that at least some parts of our area will see those snowflakes. Here's another look at the current temperatures, right around 50 for a lot of Dane County, but it is going to get colder, and those colder temperatures are right now occurring off to the west near Iowa and Minnesota and the western portion of Wisconsin, I should point out, as temperatures over there are currently in the lower 40s and upper 30s. Now, I want to show you the clouds and radar on top of the temperatures going forward. So the clouds are going to clear out of our area during the evening as temperatures will drop into the 40s for much of our area. And then as early as around 10 to 11, we'll see our entire area in the 30s, and they're going to continue to fall throughout the night as we will likely see temperatures below freezing for several parts of our region. Now, during the day tomorrow, we'll see the clouds increase. We'll see partly sunny skies in the morning, but then, especially to the northwest of Madison, we could see some snow showers form. Now, we're not expecting to see any accumulation because the ground is just too warm, but definitely possible to see our first snowflakes of the year, again, especially for those areas north and west of Madison. And then we're going to see 30s again for the overnight lows Saturday into Sunday. And then Sunday during the afternoon, we could see more snow move into our area. This time it looks like it'll be to the south of Madison. But in both cases, like I said, not going to see any accumulation. But the temperatures are going to be very cold. Lows will likely be below freezing for a lot of our area. And because of that, we do have a freeze warning from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. late tonight into tomorrow morning. Here are the high temperature trends. The normal all the way up here, we're down here. Highs will be in the upper 30s for Monday and Tuesday. And these overnight lows these days could possibly be in the 20s. And because Tuesday is Halloween, we have an alert day for Halloween. Again, this isn't unprecedented cold weather, but considering the timing of it, the fact that many people will be out trick-or-treating, definitely bundle up if you plan on doing that, because on top of the temperatures, which will mostly be in the middle 30s during that time, we also are going to see a bit of wind. So the temperatures may feel a bit colder than what they actually are. And they also may feel colder because we haven't really seen temperatures this cold so far this year. You know, we've gotten used to the 50s, but we certainly haven't gotten used to the 30s because we haven't had a day where the high temperature was below 40 yet. And Monday and Tuesday will likely be those days. I also want to point out that next weekend is daylight savings, which means the clocks move back an hour. In general, although it's going to remain cold next week, it will slowly warm up, and we also are going to be fairly dry. We have some flurries possible on Halloween, and then we have another chance of rain towards next weekend. The best chance of rain for that system looks to be at the beginning of the following week for that Sunday and Monday, as those temperatures could rise to around 50 and then possibly drop as we get towards next Monday. So the cold is here, and it's only going to get worse going into Halloween.
You're full of good news.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not fun when the coldest day so far always happens to be Halloween. Obviously, it's going to get colder, but we haven't seen temperatures this cold yet. So
we've had snow on Halloween, so
yeah,
this is
true.
an improvement.
We will probably see some parts of the area will probably see that snowfall, but again, it's not going to accumulate. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Well, it was 10 years ago that Mark ran across a Platteville man who was taking a photograph of a tree, a picture a day, for an entire year.
That tree, as it was called, gained international fame. It's a story that almost ended 3 years ago, but today it lives on. 10 years ago, we met in the same field.
We did.
We met because of
that
something
tree.
down that tree.
That tree, yep.
Every day, sometimes a couple times a day, Mark came down to take a picture of that tree. Did it become a chore?
You know, it never did. It became a commitment.
Every day for a year, through the snow and the heat, the good weather and the bad, Mark visited that tree. No vacations, no days off.
Early on, it was relatively easy. I mean, it's a beautiful tree. I mean, you look at the form of it, it's kind of in an interesting spot. It's got this precarious existence on the fringe of a cornfield. Astonishing to me that it's still there.
And it's gone now.
She's gone, yep, sadly. Hard to believe it's been 10 years since we've been here, and it's really hard to believe that my tree is gone.
So what happened?
Well, August 10th, 2020, she fell victim to the derecho that hit the Midwest.
So this lives on. Tell me about Junior.
Junior is a descendant of my famous friend, that tree.
Turns out, back in the spring of 2012, Mark discovered a half-dozen baby seedlings growing under that tree. He dug them up and transplanted one of them in his backyard. That tree is Junior.
It's an original descendant of that tree.
Junior, the bur oak, is now 15 feet tall and stands proudly at Mark's home, which is a completely renovated 1865 one-room schoolhouse in the rolling hills outside Platteville. In fact, there are lots of that tree descendants. A friend of Mark's from the University of Iowa harvested hundreds of that tree's acorns over the years and is now growing seedlings. One of those seedlings is planted on the UW-Platteville campus, where another ancient bur oak blew down the same night as that tree did. A night Mark will never forget.
And a handful of
How could he?
I have experienced some pretty dramatic storms in my life, and I literally remember it was me and my dog here all alone. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And my phone rang, and I looked, and it was my son, Tristan. And I answered. I said, hey, Tristan. I said, are you okay? And he said, yeah. He says, I rounded the corner, and he said, she's gone. I said, Tristan, what are you talking about? She's gone. He said, Dad, he said, that tree, he said, the storm destroyed her. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Tristan and Mark's dad have constructed a tribute to Mark and that tree at the edge of the field where she once stood. A lasting tribute. And guess what? Junior is now producing acorns, which are the heart of an oak. Another lasting tribute.
To have that long, meaningful friendship with a tree, and you know, it's like a niece, a nephew, a child, a grandchild. I mean, essentially, this is a child of that tree, and here it is growing in my backyard.
That tree lives on. And Mark still gives talks about that tree and the story behind his photographic journey. His book is spectacular.
It really is.
It's available on Amazon and other booksellers, but he chronicles every day.
He took a picture of that tree every day for one consecutive year. He took the pictures with his iPhone.
The original iPhone.
And they're so beautiful.
Yeah, it is spectacular.
And now if he wanted to do it again, he could just walk into his backyard, which would be a lot easier.
It would be a lot easier than going through a field.
But that's incredible now that it goes on and on and on.
On and on.
Wow,
it does.
Beautiful.
Mark's, thanks for your help for doing these stories. And coming up next year on Live Before, we celebrate National Black Cat Day.
And then coming up next hour at 5, UW is raising money for a new indoor practice facility for the football team, and you won't believe the price. That's coming up at 5.
It's A1 Furniture's anniversary sale with up to 44% off store-wide and 44 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection and stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store. Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. That's what I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's anniversary sale. Save up to 44% off name brand mattresses and get 44 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
New at 5, after 10 years leading Madison College, President Jack Daniels steps down. Will Keneally reviews those years with the man himself and what legacy he leaves behind.
Much colder weather has arrived and will continue through next week. A first warned weather alert day is in the forecast for Halloween Tuesday for unseasonably cold temperatures and flurries for the trick-or-treaters. At 5, I'll let you know how cold it'll get.
And ahead at 6, some Fitchburg residents wonder why their yards still have giant holes dug in them for fiber optic networks after 4 months. And we dig for some answers. That's tonight at 6. Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Hollywood, California. This is Sunset Boulevard. The bottom of the frame, there it is the Cinerama Dome, 72 degrees there.
Perfect day in California.
Got that all in?
Got it.
All right.
Well done.
Black cats have long been considered a bad omen in Western culture, and studies show those negative stereotypes sometimes make it harder for them to get adopted.
Now, shelters across the country are using today, National Black Cat Day, to dispel myths and encourage adoptions. Chanel Call reports.
All right, so I'm going to introduce you to Calculator here.
When Mimi Cordero walked into this adoption shelter, she wasn't looking for a black cat.
They always tell me, well, a black cat is not a good cat. So all my life, I'm like, okay, stay away from black cats.
It's a stereotype Chris Wilson, matchmaker at the ASPCA, has heard before.
The movies, the TV shows, you know, black cats have been linked to that kind of superstition for a long time.
The stigma, animal science professor Kimberly Ainge Van Houten says, dates back to when cats were first domesticated by Egyptians.
You had this cat that was worshipped by some, but seen as a pagan god by others, and that throughout a lot of Europe gave the cat, any cat, kind of a bad reputation.
Even thousands of years later, the swirling stereotype has made it harder for them to get adopted.
The color black has been associated with death, sadness, all kinds of negative things.
But the ASPCA says National Black Cat Day, in the lead up to Halloween, is an opportunity to dispel those myths.
What are they actually like? What are their characteristics?
Super friendly, super sweet. They're like any other cat.
Hoping education and some cuddles.
She seems to really like you.
Helps cats like Calculator find forever homes.
Do you think you found your kit?
Maybe. But seeing this cat changed everything.
Chanel Call, CBS News, New York.
The ASPCA says adoption numbers for black cats typically spike around National Black Cat Day in the lead up to Halloween.
Absolutely. And you have a black cat.
I do. Here's a picture of my black cat. Oh, the phone went dead. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, hang on. Can you still get her, Dennis? I'll just get a quick shot. Oh, no, I'm messing it up. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I'll post it on my social media.
What's your cat's name?
Babers Catters, remember?
That's right. And he's nothing but good luck.
Yes, it's a she.
She.
Yes.
All right. When we come back, There's one more opportunity to spend some time in your vegetable garden before winter arrives.
Right now is the time to plant garlic. One of the largest suppliers of heirloom garlic in the country is a family-owned business right here in Madison. We'll visit Keene Garlic and learn how to plant it when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We are here today at Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin with Dr. Raj, who was recently honored by the Arthritis Foundation for his work with a very special patient. Dr. Raj, tell us about John, who you really have had quite the journey with over the last year.
Absolutely. So John came to me a few years back with knee pain, and John's an avid landscape artist. He specializes in unique gardens, and arthritis was bothering him for quite some time. We talked about options, we talked about what arthritis was, and we worked out a plan, and part of the plan also included potentially needing surgery, and that's what we ultimately settled on, and to see him execute that plan of action and execute the post-op rehab, and to see him now going back to his usual routine has been fantastic. He's back to landscape gardening.
How wonderful was it for you to be at that event and not only be honored, but just be able to see how you changed the course of John's life and now what he's able to do again?
Well, it's incredibly humbling and inspiring, really, because it's all about the patients, and everybody takes their unique journey when dealing with arthritis, and we're there as helpful guides, you know, if we can be, and helping to educate and helping to offer options and coming up with really a patient-specific plan of action. And my work really comes in line when they've exhausted conservative care and surgical options are the only option left on the table. But to witness John's journey has been inspiring.
If you have a situation like John's and you want to get back to living life pain-free, Dr. Raj, he's here at Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus 500 FlexBuy and 1,000 open bonus cash.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, dogs in colorful costumes are out in full force together with their owners at Key West Fantasy Fest Pet Masquerade this week. The canines don costumes of unicorns, sailors, rock musicians, among others. Many of the duos paid tribute to musician Jimmy Buffett, who passed away earlier last month and is regarded as a local legend on the island. The costume contest is part of the annual 10-day Fantasy Fest full of costumed events. This year, the festival marked the Florida Keys bicentennial.
Good boy. Love it.
I love little sailor outfits. Well, if you're feeling bummed that the growing season is coming to an end, don't put away your hoe and gloves just yet. Right now, through November, is the best time to plant garlic.
A local family-run company, Keene Garlic, right here in Madison, has been selling heirloom cloves for planting and eating since 2007. Keene and Cindy Hollenbeck's business is booming as more and more people get inspired to try this fun fall hobby. Even the queen of domestic arts herself, Martha Stewart, buys her cloves from Keene Garlic. So beautiful. That's like a perfect.
It's
garlic.
art. It's an art just in itself.
It is.
The early Italian soft neck. It's a purple stripe, so that's in that roasting garlic family. Amish rocambole, German extra hearty. This is a soft neck, so these are the type that you could braid.
German red.
These are the elephant garlic cloves.
Whoa. Georgian crystal. Early Portuguese. Georgian fire spicier.
Yes. At the heart of it was probably between 40 and 50
Really?
different varieties. Yep. We've put out about 20,000 orders in the last 7 weeks or so.
Wow.
So it's been, you know, the boxes have been flying out the door, and it's good. We just want to get all this garlic in the ground.
Gosh, it was almost 20 years ago now. Our son was a toddler, and I really wanted to grow all of our own food in our garden. I went to the grocery store and I found some, and I realized that it was imported. So I was like, why am I taking all of my homegrown Wisconsin stuff out of my own garden and then taking something from another country and putting it into my, you know, what had just wonderful foods. We really did a lot of research, and we found that Wisconsin grows great heirloom garlic. Hardneck garlic grows exceptionally well here. So we just started with probably 15 to 20 varieties our first year, and then we were addicted. It became an addiction, and we kept growing. We got up to about 60 different varieties of heirloom garlic, and we started a website, and we started selling it on the website. So we started then working with small family farms that all grow like an acre or less of just high quality heirloom organic garlic. And now we've become like the top search engine for organic garlic. We ship it to all 50 states, and it grows so well for other growers, so other gardeners are able to regrow it. So not only do we sell as eating, but really most of our customers buy our garlic to replant it.
How is it different than garlic you get in the grocery store?
The flavor is phenomenal. That's really the biggest thing. It's amazing the different varieties and the different flavors, but I always say, if I were in the grocery store, I could probably use 5 garlic bulbs to the flavor of one of ours.
Really?
Yes, it's just so much more flavorful. And it's almost like that heirloom tomato, right? Versus that red tomato that you get in the store in January, right? You're just like, no, can't do it.
Right,
you know,
right.
And our Wisconsin garlic grows well for other people, which is why I think that we've become one of the #1 garlic seed companies, is because it can go to all 50 states and it does well.
If you're interested in doing this, where do you start?
The very first important thing to do is to get your hand on some really good seed stock. When I show you this means that there are 5 cloves in there. That's going to be 5 plants. Just like you would when you're cooking. So we have just a little demonstration plot here to show you kind of what the ins and outs are. At the end of it, you're getting the clove about 1 inch down. So you're making a little furrow for each.
Now you have to be careful how you put them in the ground, right? How do you do it?
So you'll see the shape of the clove. It has a little pointy spot at the top. This is where it's going to come out. That's the root at the bottom. So when you're thinking about that bulb shape, that's where the roots will start popping out. So right here, you're going to stick root side down and pointy side up. And then we do actually cover it with about 1 inch of soil. So you're just going to gently cover them up. Make sure they have about 1 inch.
And timing is everything with garlic. It needs to be planted pretty now, right?
Yeah, it's about this. It has a nice size window. I've even gone in and with a little snow cover, as long as the soil's workable. But we tend to get it in by the first week of November in this area.
Okay.
It's super fun to grow. What I love is that it's like we can put a lot of love into it, because it's the only thing really going on in the fall, right? So you're planting it, and then you cover it with mulch and have your winter, and then like I said, it's the first thing you see. It's green. You didn't have to do any work, and there's green in your garden. There'll be little green dots coming up, and then in June, the scape, it'll shoot up. It'll start get bigger and bigger, and then in June, the scape will form. The scapes are cool because they're like a pigtail, so those are kind of fun, and that's when we want to come and snap that. We go through our field, we grab all the scapes. for two reasons. Like I said before, they're really delicious, but then also it does put all the energy to make a nice big bulb. After that, it's probably about 3 weeks or so. It's about mid to late July. It changes now because, you know, things have been different. Right. The weather's been a little different, but it used to be more the end of July, but we're starting to maybe about mid-July.
In addition to growing their own, as Cindy was talking about, Keen and Cindy buy garlic from around 70 small farms across Wisconsin. It's their way of supporting other farmers with a revenue stream that they can count on every year, which a lot of farmers need. Keen Garlic, by the way, also produces its own extensive line of seasonings. We brought some. They generously gave us some for the staff here at work. Everybody was so excited. You can buy, they make them right there in their own warehouse with their organic garlic.
And this is
That's the Scape seasoning, out of this world. You can buy everything, the bulbs and the seasonings, and all the instructions are on their website. It's keenorganics.com, or stop by the warehouse at 4027 Owl Creek Drive, right off Fogues Road in Madison.
So these you can eat or plant?
That's right.
Really?
Yeah, cook with, and the flavor is really something.
I'd rather eat.
When you go to the warehouse, it's quite a, it's like aromatherapy. You'll smell it as soon as you get there. It's a great smell.
I love garlic.
Continued success, Keen and Cindy, and thank you so much. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was. Thanks. We have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Patty was seriously injured and needed Gruber Law Offices.
You know, there was this whole team that was there to take me from beginning to end. It was an incredible relief that I didn't have to worry about anything.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows. From Scott the Window Guy at AHT Wisconsin Windows.
I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame triple pane window is the most energy efficient window made for Wisconsin, no matter what the season. Get triple pane for the price of double at scottthewindowguy.com.
Our city has a pulse. Steps from bustling and wild. Come find familiar. Experience new. Live in our rhythm and stay.
We're often asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices?
the answer is yes. The call, the consultation, free. You pay nothing until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
New at 5 after 10 years forging Madison College's path, President Jack Daniels steps down. Will Keneally reviews those years with the man himself, what legacy he leaves behind, and what direction the school will take now. That's coming up next on News 3 Now.
Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show, Wisconsin Huddle. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Here's one final look at your forecast. Colder over the weekend with highs in the 40s. It will only get colder for Monday and Halloween with highs in the 30s and lows in the 20s.
It's A1 Furniture's anniversary sale with up to 44% off store-wide and 44 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection and stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hold it!
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
He grew up a middle-class kid in a middle-class town. And while Joe Biden's traveled far and wide, Scranton, Pennsylvania has never left him. He knows what life is like for working people and knows middle-class life is too expensive right now. That's why he's passing laws to lower costs, capping insulin at $35 a month for seniors, giving Medicare the power to negotiate with drug companies for lower prices, lowering health insurance premiums for millions, and investing in American-made clean energy to lower power costs for families. For Joe Biden, it's about restoring the sense of security working people deserve. That simple promise, that peace of mind. He's determined to get it back because of where he's from and who he is.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's anniversary sale. Save up to 44% off name brand mattresses and get 44 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Well, Halloween wouldn't be Halloween without pumpkins and zoos and animal parks around the world giving pumpkins to their critters.
So it's Pumpkin Palooza in the Newshound World headquarters. Here's Louie and Oliver with the Newshounds.
Here's the Newshounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the Newshounds, it's a hippo pumpkin pool party.
When tortoises attack.
And pumpkins, good to the last crush.
We begin Pumpkin Palooza with smashing pumpkins. Elephants at the Oregon Zoo in Portland demolished some of the area's largest pumpkins during the zoo's 25th annual Squish the Squash. We could watch this all day, but we've only just begun.
Galapagos tortoises at Disney's Animal Kingdom were given a carved pumpkin added to their meal. Animal keeper Sarah Fumhoff hand-carved the pumpkin to offer the group, the collective noun for which is appropriately called a creep. For these guys, it's always Halloween because of their names: Phantom, Dracula, Frankenstein, Mummy, Creature, and Wolfman.
At the Milwaukee Zoo, 7-year-old tiger Cash enjoyed some pumpkin play. Cash seems pretty proud showing off his pumpkin.
Zookeepers at the Rome Zoo put pieces of meat hidden in the pumpkins given to Sumatran and white Bengal tigers. Fruits and veggies, such as grapes and raisins, were put in the lemurs' pumpkins.
Animals at the Paradise Wildlife Park in England celebrated Halloween in their own way. A snow leopard scratches itself with a pumpkin before trying to take a bite, while a capybara crunches noisily on its pumpkin feast. The park said no tricks, only treats this Halloween.
Keepers at London Zoo have carved pumpkins for some of their 14,000 animal residents, including Sumatran tiger cubs, okapis, and a Komodo dragon enjoying their treats. The zoo says many of the pumpkins were harvested from its own community garden.
Polar bear twins smashed pumpkins at the Defiance Zoo and Aquarium in Tacoma, Washington, while beavers, butternut and walnut, munched and pounced in a pumpkin-filled pool.
Philadelphia Zoo staff treated their resident hippos to a seasonal pumpkin pool party. And at the Cincinnati Zoo, 4 hippos showed off their pumpkin-crushing skills. The zoo says it's Fiona, Fritz, Bibi, and Tucker's favorite time of the year.
And finally, back at the Point Defiance Zoo, their walruses, Balzac and Lakina, enjoyed some pumpkin-shaped treats, or at least tried to. The treats were made out of delicious clams and other seafood, shaped into a giant jack-o'-lantern. Happy Halloween, everyone.
And that's this week's edition of the Newshounds.
I could watch that all day.
Those hippos. That's a lot of pumpkins. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.